Good morning, students. Now we'll be moving further in our chapter first of business studies. Now I'll be taking a look at characteristics, objectives, and importance of management. Now, here, characteristics. The first point is management is goal oriented process. Management always aims at achieving the organization objective. The function activities of the manager lead to the achievement of organizational objectives. Management unites the efforts of different individuals in the organization towards achieving common goals. Now, what happens in company? There are many managers of different departments, but all the activity which are performed by these managers are always directed towards the accomplishment of some target, some objectives. That is the main thing in the process of management, achievement of target. The entire target which is set for the company, the this target is actually divided into small parts and given to each and every employee. They will perform their task and achieve their goals, and ultimately the objective of the management will be completed, because when these individuals achieve their goals, automatically the target of the company will also be achieved. Second is management is pervasive. Pervasive means universal. Managerial activities are performed in all types of organization, in all departments, at all levels. Management is required in all organization, whether big or small, manufacturing or service organization, profit or non-profit making organization, like NGO. Concept of management is used in whole world. What managers do in India, USA, Germany or Japan is same. How they will do it may be quite different. Now, management is a universal process. If it is done in India, that means it is done everywhere, in every organization, doesn't matter whatever it may be. Maybe it may be a IT company, or it may be a automobile industry, a school, a college, a police department. Management is everywhere. Even at schools, we are doing management. At your home also, mother does the management of the household activities. The third point is management is multidimensional. One of the most important point which is asked in case studies. Management does not mean one single activity, but it includes three main activities: management of work, management of people, and management of operations. So let us discuss one by one. Management of work. Now, in management, all the organizations are set up to perform some task or goal. The management activities aim at achieving goals or tasks to be accomplished. The task of work depend upon the nature of the business. For example, work to be accomplished in a school is providing education, in hospital is to treat patients, in industry to manufacture some product. Management makes sure that the work is accomplished effectively and efficiently. Now, this when we talk about management, there has to be some work. Then for doing that work, definitely you need people. Then if people are there, then only the operation can be carried out. If you are not having any kind of work, no operation will be carried out. So the management of work doesn't matter whatever it may be, like whether it is working in education institution or hospital, treating a patient or making some product. It has to happen effectively and efficiently. Means it the task should be completed on time, and there should be minimum wastage. The cost should be minimized. That is the management of work should be. The B point is management of people. Now people refer to the human resource. This tells us that how the management of the people, which is called as human resource inside the company, are handled by the management. So the people refers to the human resource, and human resource are the most important asset of the organization. So the people who work for the company are called as assets. Just like a machinery is the asset of the company, just like that the peoples are also called as assets, human assets of an organization. Management has to get tasks accomplished through people by making their strength effective and their weakness irrelevant. Now this line, what does it say? Now, when the task has to be accomplished, you will have to find the strength of the people, and you will have to allot work to the people as per their strength. When it comes to weaknesses, weaknesses can be removed by providing them continuous training. Now, managing people has two dimensions: taking care of the employees individual needs, maybe salary of the people, And the second point, taking care of group of people. Suppose there is a group, a team in the company, and their need is common. Suppose they all want some kind of training on MS Office because it is affecting their team. So training can be provided. This is a common need of the group. Now C point, management of operations. Operation refers to the activity of production cycle such as buying inputs, converting them to semi-finished goods, finished goods. Management operation concentrate on mixing management of work with the management of people, deciding what work has to be done, how it is to be done, and who will do it. Now here it is very important to understand, now this is a mix of management of the work and management of the people. If you are having work, then only operation can be done for that particular work. And for doing that work, you definitely need people. Here, the management of the work will be dividing the work properly in the peoples, because the management of people is also happening, so you will be giving that divided part of work to these different people according to their strength. Then the operations will start, means a production activity, because when it comes to operation in the company, let's talk about a company of production of biscuits. So the production of biscuit will happen, then definitely it involves a lot of activities and lot of work, so it has to be divided, and it has to work has to be allotted to the people, then they will do the operations. So here what work has to be done, they will have to decide what actually the work they have to do, then how it has to be done, whether by machine or manually, and who will do it. It means that who will be responsible for certain work. Now here in this we can see that management is having three dimensions: management of work, management of people, management of operations. Now management of work can be done by planning, organizing, and controlling. So work needs to be planned out on a paper, maybe an Excel sheet. Then according to those plan, organizing will be done. That whatever, suppose we plan to make two products, then we'll organize our industry, like we'll make two plants for, because we'll be making two different type of products. Then we'll be doing controlling of that work. Same way, management of people involves with staffing, means recruiting and giving them directions what they have to do. We will be telling them by giving them continuous directions, motivating them, because human resource always need motivation from time to time to become active and effective in the company. The third is management of operations. It is just like a series, a chain, because when production happens, then we can do the sales. When you sell your product, then you can purchase the raw material, then again you can do the production. This is a continuous activity which goes on. Now management is a continuous process. Management is a continuous or never ending function. All the functions of management are performed continuously. For example, planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling are performed by all the managers all the time. Sometimes they are doing planning, then staffing or organizing, etc. Manager perform ongoing series of function continuously in the organization. Now why management is a continuous process? See, if a company has been established, then it is not like we are going to run it for just 1 year or 2 years, then we'll close down the company. No, it has to go on in the upcoming years also. So if you're doing management, suppose you're doing planning for 1 year and you're performing all the functions like organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling, then for the next year also the planning will be done. After that again the planning will be done for the third year, similarly fourth, fifth, sixth year. So management is a continuous process. Till the company will run, the management will also be run, so it is a continuous process. Now management is a group activity. So management always refers to the group of people involved in the major activities. Each individual perform his or her role at her status and department, then only management functions can be executed. Even the result of management affects every individual and every department of the organization. So it always refers to the group effort and not the individual effort of one person. So management is a group activity. When we talk about the management, so there are different departments in the company, like administration department, human resource department, store department, production department. So all these departments will have to work together. Each and every person who will be working under some department is responsible for accomplishment of some set targets. And if one department is causing problems, suppose production department is not able to make the required amount of products, then this will create the problem for the sales department. They will not be able to achieve their target and they will be blaming the production department about them. Then maybe possible the production department people will say that the store department people are not providing them raw material at the right time, so it is not their fault. So this is a kind of group activity. Each and everyone will have to perform their role properly, then only management can be achieved, because in absence of group activity it will be impossible to perform the management. Now management, sixth point is management is a dynamic function. Dynamic is changing. Management has to make changes in the goals, objectives and other activity according to the changes take place in the environment. The external environment such as social, economical, technical and political environment has great influence over the management. As changes take place in the environment, same are implemented in the organization to survive in the competitive world. Now there are many changes which take place in the environment. Right now there are many companies, pharmaceutical companies. So they have seen that there is a change happening in the environment. People are scared about this COVID-19 situation, so they will be requiring masks. So many companies started making the masks. So they, this is called as dynamic functions. You'll have, if any change is been there in the environment, suppose in economic environment or political environment, you'll have to make changes in your companies also. Suppose there is a technological change in any company. Suppose previously in any company MS Office 2013 was used, and the companies are trying to plan that we will be focusing on 2017 version. So what will happen? Now company will have to make a change, because if there is change in the technology is there, you will have to adopt that technology. You will have to make changes in your company according to the situation which is there outside. It can be any kind of situation. If you take example of Bajaj Pulsar, initially that Bajaj company was coming out with its product Bajaj Pulsar, so it was having a round light and it was not stylish. Later on they saw that the young generations are they want sport bikes type of model. So what they did, they made changes in the Pulsar bike and give it a sporty look. So they have made changes in the design. So it has happened inside the company. So they have made changes. That is why we can say that management is a dynamic function. Whatever happens outside, your company will have to work according to that. They will have to, their company will have to make changes inside the organizations. The seventh is intangible. Intangible means the thing which you cannot touch. So management function cannot be physically seen, but its presence can be felt. The presence of management can be felt by seeing the orderliness and coordination in the working environment. Now, what intangible? If you look at the company where management is proper, so everything will be at the right place and each and every activity will be seen as well managed. So this is a clear cut indication that company is good in management. If you are not finding the things at proper places, then there are possibilities that management is also not proper. So only it can management, it can be felt, but you cannot see the management. It is not like a real person. It is just a kind of thing which can be felt by looking at the things. Like in your schools library, the books are at proper places. Have you seen any library where all the books are scattered here and there, and it is very difficult to find the books which you want? So clearly you will say that in this school the management is not proper. Why? It because you're not looking at the management, it is not a person, but by getting a, you're getting a feeling of it that the management is not proper because the books are not at the right places. So it is intangible, you can just feel it. Now, our next topic will be objective of management. So, let us see at the meaning. Objectives are the end toward which all the activities of the organization are directed. The managerial objectives of the organization can be classified into three main categories: organizational objective, social objective, and personal objective. So, these are the three things which can be seen under the objective of management. Organization of organizational objective means survival, growth, and profit. It is related with the company. So, let us discuss one by one. Organizational objective meaning, these objectives aim at the prosperity and growth of the organization. Generally, it is assumed that profit maximization is the main objective of every organization, but it is not true. The manager try to develop and attain variety of objectives in all management areas. The three important organizational objectives of manager are survival, profit, and growth. So when it comes to company, the first important objective is survival. The basic purpose of every organization is to survive and exist in the competitive market for a long period of time, and it is possible only when it is able to cover its costs. So the first important thing for the company, because there are a lot of competitors in the market, the first thing the company should do is to cover its cost. It should make enough sales in the market so that the cost which it has incurred should be taken out by the sales. The second point is profit. The most important objective of every organization is earning adequate amount of profit. Profit is essential for survival, growth, and expansion of business. Profit is the reward given to the businessman for bearing risk. Now the concept of profit states that the when profit comes, the company can easily survive. It can find its growth, means it can come out with variety of products and set up many more branches. And it is just like a reward for the businessman because he is actually taking the risk. Enough profit should be there so that they can do it. The third point is growth. The business organization must grow and expand their activities. The success of any organization is measured by growth rate, and growth is measured in terms of sales, number of branch, number of products, number of employees. How can you say that the company is achieving growth? When we see that any company, say, take example of Patanjali, it was coming out with number of products. So we can say that the Patanjali growth has been tremendous in the past years. Number of branches has also been increased of Patanjali India Private Limited. The number of employees, if your branches are increased, then definitely you're going to employ more people. So number of employees will also rise. This is also a sign of growth of the company. Next is social objective. Social objective is related to the society. Anything, any factor, any thing which is done by the companies for the society comes under it. Now, social objective of the organization deal with the commitment of the organization toward the society. Business organization are a part of the society. They earn by using the resources society, so they must do something for the society also. Very rightly said, because all the employees peoples come from the society. They work in the company, then the company make goods, they sell those goods in the society, they earn money from these people from the society, so they must do something for the society as well. So the major social objective organizations are supply of quality product at reasonable prices. They should be provided. The first point says that if you're giving something to society, suppose you're making toothpaste, then it should be a quality product at a reasonable price. It doesn't mean that if you're providing a very good quality product, the price we should also be very high. No, it should be reasonable, affordable. Point B, contribution toward desirable civic activities. Any civic activities are happening, then there should be contribution from the side of the company. Then C point is generation of economic wealth. Economic wealth leads to the amount of assets which you owe. It should be increased. If you talk about the economic wealth, if it is increasing, then it is a good sign for the society of the, or you can say in the in India, the people who are in the society, it is a good sign for them when their economic wealth increases. It can give them a high standard of living. The D point states that generation of employment opportunities. So employment opportunities should be generated. Employment opportunities also for the society. Financial support to the community. The company should also provide the financial support, any funding to the communities. F point says organization, education, health, and vocational training programs. The company must also do from the society, such as setting up of schools or hospitals in the villages where they are operating, because many companies have tendency to move into the villages for production, so they should set up these things over there. G point state that participating actively in social services project of the government and NGOs. So if any NGO is coming or government project is there, so they should be helping in the process of development. Edge point says using environment friendly methods of production. So the company should use eco friendly projects, so it will take lead us to the sustainable development. I point states providing employment opportunities to the weaker section of the society. So in our society there are some weaker sections, so some opportunity of employment should be provided to them. So here we can see that each and every point is related to the society. In case study, if you find any kind of point related to society, that if you find that company is doing something for the society, you can write these points. Next is personal objectives, human objective, individual objectives. Any point related to the employees, their benefits, it will fall under this personal objective or individual objectives or human objectives. Now, individual objectives are related to employee of the organization, as employees are more important resources for every company, and satisfied and motivated employee contribute maximum for the organization. It is true that a satisfied and motivated employee contribute maximum capacity for the organization. See, if a employee is happy and motivated and he's completely satisfied with the company, then definitely he will be more productive at work. He will do more work, and this will lead to the profit maximization of the company. Now, the main individual objectives of management are, now these all these A, B, C, D points are related to the employees. A point says competitive salary to fulfill financial needs. Definitely, if a worker is working for you, he is not working for free, he needs money. So competitive salary to be provided to the employees. B point, promotion, training and personal growth and development of the employee to fulfill esteem and other higher level of need for the employees. Now each and every employee always look for promotions. Training why it is important, it helps to learn things quickly, so that's why training is also important. Personal growth, everybody wants to see his growth, either in terms of salary or in ranks. And development of employees to fulfill esteem means when you achieve a lot of promotions, then definitely you set at a vice president post, then money increment doesn't matter for you because already you get a very handsome salary. At that point of time, esteem need comes to you. Esteem needs means that everybody in the company should know your name. They should know what and how hard you have worked for the company, and they should praise you. And other higher level of need of the employees, higher level of need are definitely related to the top level top level peoples, where the esteem needs are very high. C point, peer recognition, self-respect and respect for colleague to fulfill social need. Now there should be self-respect for them, means some respect has to be given to the employees who are working for you. Respect for the colleague and peer recognition means the place where you are working with your colleagues at the same position levels within your team. If you're working within a team, then definitely if you're a sales executive, there will be more sales executive who will be working with you, and you are together a team. So peer recognition means each and everyone should know your name, that who are you and what kind of work you are doing. They should recognize you. It is just like a social need, that you are also somebody in the company. D point says good and healthy working condition for the safety of employees. Now, healthy working conditions said if the workers are working in a manufacturing company, and the area is absolutely dirty, and the chemicals where in chemical factories the worker where they work is all dirty, and chemicals is scattered all over. So it is a very unhygienic place to work, and also the health condition will be very poor for those workers. So in this case, the company should look after the health and healthy conditions of the employees, because any employee Doesn't matter whether it's a worker or employee, a salaried employee, they all want good working conditions, a healthy working condition, so that it will not affect their health. So it is very important for the company to provide them a good clean environment to work. Workers may lose interest in the work if the objectives are neglected. Management must try to integrate the personal objectives with the organizational objective. So what are they saying in the last two lines are that worker will lose work if the company's objectives are not integrated with the personal objectives. If you're telling the telling the worker that we want to make these many products, we want to produce more product this year, so you will have to tell them like this also, that if you will be producing more, we will be giving you extra earning, or something extra amount will be added to your salaries. So this will be just like you are doing something, you are doing something and actually, yes, so it is just like you're doing something for them, and also you're paying them the money, the amount which they require, so they'll be happy working for the company. Now here, objectives of the management are: of organization objective, survival, profit and growth. The social objectives are quality product, reasonable prices, employment opportunities, economic wealth, education, health and vocational training programs, eco-friendly method of productions. Personal objectives: adequate salary, good working condition, peer recognition, training and development. So this training and development and social recognition, so these points you should keep in mind, because when the case study will come, you will have to find out that which of the points are reflected in the case study. They'll be telling you that what kind of objectives are being reflected in particular case study, and if you are friendly with these points, then you can easily tell what is the case study all about, whether they are talking about social objective or personal objective or organizational objective. In organizational objective, definitely they're going to uh, talk about the survival, profit and growth. And in social objectives, there will be, it will be condition like they are talking about the society, something been done from the side of company for the society. And in the next point, personal objective, they'll be talking about the employees. So this should be, you should keep this point in mind, that what in the case that they are talking about the company or about peoples or about the society. Now have a look at the case study. The third one, the third case study, XYZ Power Limited set up a factory for manufacturing solar light in the remote village. Remote village are those villages which are at in a very deep area. As there was no reliable supply of electricity in the rural area, the revenue earned by the company was sufficient day by day. So the company decided to increase production to generate higher sales. For this, they decided to employ people from the nearby villages, as very few job opportunities were available in that area. So here they are generating job opportunities for the people where there is no job opportunity in that village area. So they are giving employment. So decided to employ more people in the nearby area. This line, as very few job opportunities are available in that area, means in that area there was problem of job, so they have done something for the society. Another point which is highlighted here, the revenue earned by the company was sufficient day by day, and so the company decided to increase the production, generate higher sales. So they are here, they are talking about profit, and profit is related to the organizational objective. So here in this question they are asking that identify the objectives of management discussed above by quoting lines. So both these lines you can quote, and you can tell them that they are talking about organizational objective and social objective along with these lines. Now the importance of the management. The importance of the management, see, if we are not going to do the management, then definitely we will end up without achieving the targets, your goals will never be accomplished. At the same point of time, you all your money and efforts will go into vain. Everything will be spoiled. So if you're doing a proper management, you can actually save your money and efforts and also be being productive, and you can lead your company to a higher profit maximization. So that is the most important point of this management, because most of the business fail simply because of poor management. Somewhere some problem is there, and because of that management they are not able to perform, and that's why uh, the business is closed down. Many times you look at the very good shopping malls has been opened, but nobody comes over there. So why this problem is there? Because some kind of management problem will be there. Because of that the people are not happy to visit such kind of places, and because of that the malls are closed down. So all their money, their investment will be gone off without any profits. Now, the first importance is management helps in achieving group goals. This is important. Management try to integrate the objective of individual along with the organization goal. Management directs the efforts of all the individuals in the common direction of achieving organization goal. So, if management help in achieving the goal, it should always be that the individual objectives, like if I am working for a company, then I want to increase my salary, so it has to happen like if I will do good work, then company will also be moving forward. It should go hand in hand. So if I want to earn money, then definitely my manager will tell me that produce this much, so it will be like increment in your salary is going to rise, you'll be promoted. So I will definitely work for the company, because when I will know that I will work properly, I will be more productive, then they are going to increase my salary. So my personal objectives are linked with the objectives of the company. That is how management helps in achieving the group goals. So all the efforts of the different individual will be toward the achievement of the target. This is how the peoples are motivated in the organizations. Second point says management increases efficiency. Efficiency we already been discussed. It means reduction of the cost. So here manager try to reduce the cost and improve productivity with minimum wastage of resources. Management insists on efficiency and effectiveness in the work through planning, organizing, staffing, and directing and controlling. So management makes an organization efficient. They actually reduce the cost, and more productive will be there, and without any wastage of the resources. Here the management should be done properly. The third point, management creates a dynamic organization. Again, this word dynamic is coming. Dynamic means changing organization. So organization have to survive in dynamic environment. So manager keep making changes in the organization to match the environmental changes. The employees in the organization generally resistant to change. Efficient management motivates employees to adopt the changes willingly by convincing them that change is not only beneficial for the organization, but it improves the employees' work in the competitive world. So here, if the employees is resistant, suppose some change has happened in the outside environment, and because of that there is a problem, there will be some changes inside the companies. So the employee are resistant to change, they don't want changes to happen. Employees are having tendency, whenever a change will come, they don't like it. But we will have to convince the employees that change is for their benefit and for organization benefit, because if they want to keep up with their jobs, then they will have to accept these changes. Then only they can move forward. Suppose there is a change in the technology of making shoes, so you will have to train the employees again that how these shoes to be made on by the use of new machinery. Earlier the people, so suppose the people were working manually, they were making the shoes. Now this changes has come, so you will have to encourage them to accept these changes, then only goals can be achieved. So management creates a dynamic organization, means changing environment according to the needs of the business environment. The factor which are outside it affect the business, and you'll have to make changes within the company. The fourth point, Management helps in achieving personal objectives. An efficient manager is the one who brings maximum prosperity for the employer as well as for employees. So manager is a person who will be working for somebody, employer, and there will be employees under him also. So both the employer and employee should be happy with the manager. So it help manager helps in achieving the personal objectives. So manager leads the people in such a manner that alongside with the organization goal, individual goals of employees are also achieved. As organization goals and individual goals are in one direction only, the individual want to earn more and organization wants maximum production. Employees can earn more by producing more. This will fulfill the objective of both the groups. So as I discussed, as I told you before, that the manager should be able to convince the employees that if you'll be productive at work, then it will be giving you higher salary, more promotions. Maybe tomorrow you'll become the manager. So all these employees, they will work with full enthusiasm inside the company, and they will achieve their personal objective definitely along with the objectives of the organization. So the manager should be efficient enough to do these things. He should be creative enough to do these things. If he is unable to do that, he will not be able to motivate the employees, and ultimately the management will not be for perfect, and the target will not be achieved. So personal objective will definitely be not achieved in this kind of situations. Fifth point is management helps in development of the society. So the efficient management always have multiple objectives. They give due importance to the social objective toward different groups of the people such as employees, customers, suppliers, etc. Now these employees, customers, suppliers, they all come from the society. So here the management have several um, ideas about the development of the societies. So they take care of the employees, they take care of the customers by providing them goods of a very good quality, suppliers by making them timely payments, etc. It insists on providing quality goods, competitive salary, and create employment opportunity. Now create employment opportunities again for the society. By increasing production, management also contribute to increase in the GDP, gross domestic production. What is GDP? Inside the boundaries of India, if you're doing the production, then definitely that increase in value. If you make more product, then definitely the GDP of India, which is nothing but the value of production. If you are making 100 crore rupees of cars, and the next year you are making 200 crore rupees of cars, then definitely there is a 100 crore rupees increment in GDP, gross domestic product, which leads to growth of the nation, and GDP is a measure of the country, so it will be profitable for the nation also. So management helps in development of the society as a whole. Now let's move forward toward the case study. Now ABC Limited is running a chain of fast food restaurant in India. The business was flourishing, but over the last 2 years they observed that the revenue and profit is declining. The management observed that with the entry of the new fast food chains from across the world, the people are shifting these restaurants. So the management planned to add a new variety of food items in the menu. Now they are making the changes here. See, management is planned to add a new variety of food item. They are making changes because the people don't like the existing food item, so they are shifting to the new restaurant. So that's why they are making changes. Now for that they sent their efficient employees abroad for training. This is the fulfillment of the personal objectives. This is also a point for importance. Now only the fresh food is served to their customers, so at night they distribute leftover food in the nearby slum areas. To increase the profit margin, the supervisor take special care that there is minimum wastage and maximum utilization of resources. So here we'll have to identify 3 points of importance from the above para by quoting lines. So 2 points are definitely here. They are sending their employees abroad for training, which shows that personal objective has been achieved, because when you are training an employee, you are gaining them personal their attainment of their personal objectives, because everybody wants training so that they will learn more, they will be more productive. Adding up of the new menus in the new products is just like a dynamic environment point, as we have seen earlier. These points. The third one, management creates a dynamic organization. Then management helps in achieving personal objectives. Here these 2 points can be seen. And the last one should be here. We'll have to find it out. To increase the profit margin, the supervisor take special care that there is minimum wastage and maximum utilization of resources. These lines, there should be minimum wastage and maximum utilization of resources. This is pointing toward the efficiency. So is there any point related to efficiency? Yeah, here it is. So 1, 2 and this third point. These 3 points are reflected in this case study. This is the way to solve the case study. You'll have to remember the points, and you'll have to remember the meaning of it, just the meaning. When it will give you idea that what point is being reflected about the importance, because in this case study, how to crack it, read the last line, identify the 3 points of importance. So read the first line in the last verse, because this will give an idea what has been asked in the case study. Then your all the or your vision will be directed towards the importance points, like all the points of importance of management. You will be finding them in this particular para, so it will make your job easy. So that's all for today. Thank you.